And everything looks like it's working. So hello and welcome to my stream. My name's Jason, also known as Dragon11, and today I'll be shiny hunting in Scarlet and Violet again. Well, Violet specifically. First target will be Nacli, then I'll be going after Shroodle afterwards. So a little bit late starting. I've just been having a bit of trouble with OBS, not wanting to pick up the sound from my Switch. But that seems to be sorted now, so all should be good. I'll also apologise now that I am getting over a cold that's been knocking me out for the past week, so that's why I haven't been streaming more recently. So I was planning to stream a couple of times during the week. Didn't get around to it because of this cold, so I've basically been asleep in bed the entire week. So seem to have a fairly reasonable outbreak location for these Nacli, so I was a bit concerned about these grass patches when I first found it. Although, as I've been sitting here, the grass has started glitching in and out, so that's really odd. Which I don't usually get many glitches when I've been playing the games. Probably the worst I've ever seen it. Hopefully that will settle down at some point. I have a feeling it might be because I've got it full screen on TV rather than handheld. So I usually play the game handheld. So I don't usually notice glitches, but that is quite noticeable the way they're glitching in and out. So I usually play handheld. Had a few bugs lately, so a bit of a bug the other week, and then just got completely knocked out this past week. Might be trying to clear my throat a little bit from time to time. Again, I apologise for that. So the more I talk, the more I might end up doing it. So I'm feeling better today, so I figured I'd try and get back to streaming. I found this a couple of outbreaks to do today. So hopefully I'll get them fairly easily, so they should both be fairly easy to spot. So this one I'll probably be able to picnic reset once I've got the numbers down to get the shiny rate up. There's that ledge behind me right now. There's a fairly good view over the area. That flickering is really getting on my nerves already. I'm not sure if it was doing it at first, not because I just left the game sitting for a while that it started doing it while I was trying to get the sound working. Save and restart the game just to see if that fixes it. That's really odd that I never really see that sort of problem when playing handheld. Excuse me. We're getting a bit busy in the house this weekend, trying to sort out Christmas decorations. Plus everyone else has been ill as well, so I was the last one in the house to get this bug, and I seem to get it the worst, so who knows. Stop flickering. I think it stopped flickering. We can sort of blame it on my disabled brother for this nasty bug. So, because I'd been ill the week before, I think I'd still run down from that, which made me get it worse. So my brother does have a habit of bringing things into the house. So I think he got it off one of his carers. So he's special needs. So often has carers coming in to help look after him. And he's very hands-on, so bugs get passed around quite easily with him. Something you just get used to with living with him. So when I'd be at work, I'd be avoiding it a lot of the time. I wouldn't be interacting with them as much. But being out of work at the moment, I've been about more, so exposed to it more. So getting it now is probably a better thing than getting it over Christmas itself, so always look on the bright side. Yeah, I have just been completely wiped out by it. I'll be up for a couple of hours, I'd have to have a nap for a couple of hours again, so getting better, so felt like streaming today. So I was planning on getting into a Monday and Wednesday schedule, but being ill didn't really get going with that. And I may not do Monday and Wednesday this week, I may just do Tuesday and Thursday instead. Seeing as I'm streaming today, I don't really see the point in streaming 2 days running when I'm still getting over this bug, so a little bit of a break. Plus we've got a new router being sorted out tomorrow, so all our connections are going to be needing to be sorted out, so I don't really want to be trying to stream if the internet might cut out at any moment. So if there's any problems with the changeover, I think it's due to the phone line swapping to the VoIP line rather than the main line. So it should be enough knocked out now. We head up here. I think I should have a fairly good perch. A good picnic spot to search for the shinies from. So while being in and out of bed a lot, well, awake and asleep a lot at least. Most of it's just, I've just been laying in bed for. This past week, I've been watching a lot of the award shows that have been going on. So it was the Streamer Awards, then the Video Game Awards, and then the VTuber Awards were last night. It's quite as good as I thought it'd be. Spawning over there. Anyway, yeah, so the award shows aren't bad, so being fan voted, I think, is a bit awkward because you see a lot of games that you think should have won but aren't as popular. So calling them like the best of something doesn't really make them the best, it's just the most popular in that category, which doesn't necessarily mean they're the best. So I think some games may deserve some of the awards more than the ones that actually win, but that's just how these things work, so not too bad. I saw that Astrobot won quite a few of the awards in the Game Awards, which kind of not surprising. It's the first time in a while that Sony's done a proper sort of IP for the fans sort of thing. So I've had a PS1 and PS2 in the past, but so Sony just never had enough IPs for me to really get into. It's got some good IPs, don't get me wrong, but just not enough that really held my attention, really. But, so I think Astrobot's kind of Sony's probably their equivalent of Smash Brothers, bringing all the characters together. That's what Smash Brothers does for Nintendo. Has characters from all different franchises and IPs all in one place. I think that's basically what Astrobot was doing. Which is great, so it looked like a good game. So I just find there's not really enough of them for me to warrant getting a PlayStation. And don't really have time, so I just stick with Nintendo. Really annoying that I can't quite get stuff locked off from these spawns. I'll come up here, I'll get stuff spawning down there. So I'm going to try Nacli, but I've shiny hunted in this area before, and the spawns were in the grass, so it seems there's like two overlapping biomes. There's the grass and the desert areas, so it doesn't make it the easiest to hunt in. So I had to keep trying to find a position. I think I'd positioned myself in the middle and found that that was a better place to get the spawns in the grass, and blocked out a lot of the sandy areas. Now over there now. Just need to, there's a it's over there. I'm right in the middle of where I want everything to be. Which is a little bit annoying. So as soon as I start moving forward, I start to get the grassy areas again. Bad spot, so I can still see this. Just reset with a picnic. But yeah, so Nintendo didn't really get much of a showing at the Game Awards, but they haven't really released a huge amount this year. Fairly minor games, really. Which is fair, so they seem to be holding stuff back for next year. So I was kind of hoping for at least a trailer or something at the Game Awards, which they've done before now. So I think they've done the Tears of the Kingdom trailer one, or was it Breath of the Wild? Might have been both. I was sort of hoping for either Pokemon Legends ZA or the new Metroid Prime game to be shown, but they didn't. So Had to check for a blue guy. How did you get behind yourself? Ow! Oh, you're an arse. Excuse me. Somebody spawning up here or something. Yeah. So my last stream I was going after Frigibacks, which was a bit of a hard one to spot, so Nacli and Shroodle I think will be a bit easier. So I did end up getting the second Frigibacks last time, but it did take a little while after ending the stream to get it, which was a little bit frustrating. It may have just been that I was missing them because of being hard to spot. Trying to spot them at a distance probably wasn't great. So this guy's fairly easy to spot with his brown instead of white salt. It's more of a natural salt rather than a table salt. And we've got a couple of these before for the collection that I've just found randomly. Just passing by, you can quite easily pick them out. To move this way and start getting more things spawning up top. I was hoping this would be better, but was a bit of an awkward spot, so the grass already. Why am I not zoomed out already? On one side, they spawn on the other. Moving back will help. That might just spawn more so outside of what I want. Yeah, they're still over there. I find little outbreaks like that, not outbreaks, hordes I call them. Because they remind me of the hordes from the previous ones. Gen 7 games? X and Y era games. I think that's Gen 7 off the top of my head. Have we got Pokemon spawning where I'm not seeing them? It feels like there should be more Pokemons spawning. Oh. Keep going. So I think Shroodle might be a little bit hard to spot because it's smaller, and I think it's just purple instead of, or green's purple instead of green. Whichever it is. I should see it when I spot it. I'll spot it when I see it. Get words modded up. Yeah, this bug I've had sort of a bit of a head coldy sort of thing, sore throat, runny nose, but mostly just the feeling tired is in the worst bit, so it just really drained me. So still feeling kind of run down, but not as bad. So probably didn't help that. So I'd had a bit of a bug the other week, then I think I'd been out on the Saturday playing Pokemon Go, doing the event that was on that day, which was the Dragons event? Rising Dragons or something like that? The research event. And sort of typical English weather, it was raining. So I got a bit wet in the rain as I was wandering around. But and on the Sunday I was just there was another event on, but it was a max raid event, which was kind of crap. So I was just wiped out, so I didn't feel up for it and ended up just sleeping in bed all day. And sort of same again for the next couple of days after that. So, I did go out a bit on Friday. Played Magic at the local shop. Actually went 2-1 despite being really run down. So I was almost falling asleep at times because I was so run down. I'd been wandering around town playing a bit of Pokemon Go first and doing a few errands. I wasn't sure if I'd even go in for the event, but they needed an extra person to make even numbers, so I figured I'd at least give it a go, and I could always drop out if I needed to. But I was feeling rather rough by the end of it. So yesterday I did go out a bit for the Pokemon Go Necrozma raid day. That's fairly easy to do, so I had 2 accounts to do it with, so that's all you really need. At least for the Dawnwing. Dawnwings? Dawnwings. I always get the 2 muddled up. Dawnwings was easy to duo. Duskmane, you'd probably need at least 3. So I just done all Dawnwings. I got a couple of shinies from it, just using the free passes. They're just stuck around locally. I wasn't up to doing much more. But even that was exhausting for me with after getting over this cold. So, well, still getting over this cold. So I basically got home, had dinner and fell asleep for an hour. So. Yeah, a bit rough. Definitely a bit rough. I had the extra spawns this time. Over there. So the brown is pretty easy to spot. It's more orangey than anything. Fairly decent contrast to the others. So I just hope it doesn't take too long. Been watching the PM7 videos he's been uploading from his, or from the group, shiny hunting world record they done recently. So I've caught a bit of it on the day, but I was out playing Magic when it started, and then had to go to bed when I got in, so I stayed up a little bit to watch it, and I think they'd already broken the record by the time I got home for it. I think I watched it until they doubled the record and then went to bed. So I was watching the last part he uploaded the other day, and he tried outbreak hunting and seemed to be having a bit of trouble with it. So I think it's just slower than sandwich hunting. So each their own. So I could sandwich hunt if I wanted to. But I like just having the sort of laid back hunts doing this instead. Those pawnies are really... The way the light catches the black parts makes it look almost blue, but I'm pretty sure they're not blue. No, they're red. At least on my screen, it looks almost blue, so... Don't know how exactly it looks on stream. So I've seen streamers refer to things as one colour and it looks completely different on stream. So obviously their image is slightly different from ours. Well, from the viewers' stream, from the viewers' view. Should be streaming for another hour and a half, I think I've got. It was a little bit late starting because of the audio issue that I had to try and figure out. Don't actually know how exactly I fixed it, I just sort of restarted it until it worked. So there just seemed to be a bit of a bug with OBS. I've had bugs with it before and it... Gosh, that's the first time I've had that one, so... Usually just restarting until it works. Seems to do the trick. I'm kind of afraid I'm going to see a little yellow bird again. I went through a period where almost every shiny hunt I was doing from outbreaks and whatnot, I was sort of suddenly look over to one side and oh, there's a shiny rookie D. I've got plenty of them. I didn't need another one. At least I don't think I do. I'm pretty sure I've got at least 3 by now. For the shiny decks. Let's not do the shiny decks again. I've got that open. I restarted my entire laptop when I was having trouble with the sound. I have 6 left to shiny hunt in this way for this gen. All the Paldean Pokemon. I do have the starters to do at some point. I've only done 1 of each of them. Do another 2 of each. And there's Nimble, Dolivar, Bolivar, Garganacl, Graphii, an extra Caps kid I need, plus the awkward forms of Mousehold and Dunsparce. I kept saying in the PM7 stream about the getting shiny Dunsparce and Dunsparce. So you did actually catch a few during the stream, but I've been hoping that a special event will come out for him, but the longer it goes on, the less likely it seems. So they've done events for like Tatsugiri and stuff, which have awkward forms as well. So I'm kind of hoping they'll do events for Dunsparce, or Dunsparce, and Tandemaus and Mousehold, but haven't been so lucky yet. So I might end up just giving in and just doing a stream where I just use sandwiches to hunt for as many of them as I can. I've caught a few already I tried my luck with and didn't get lucky. But that's just a case of keep trying until you get it. Where's the shiny salt? I always liked Nacli as a sort of, the name at least. So as soon as I saw it, I realised what the reference was. NaCl, sodium chloride, the common name for table salt. Or the scientific name for table salt. Salt is its common name. It's actually sodium chloride. So Nacli is technically salty. Knuckle stack is salt stack, and Garganackle is gargle salt. It's supposed to be good for your throat. Probably do a little bit of that at the moment with this cold. So the other week I did get back on the job hunt again, just to get a few, more than a few, CVs sent out before Christmas. Different architectural practices have them in their inbox ready for the new year. So new jobs tend to come in the new year, so hopefully some vacancies will become available once they know what workload they're going to have. So fingers crossed for that, but in the meantime just keep streaming for now. People keep saying about doing all the little temp jobs at Christmas and stuff, but there's not really much chance of me being hired for them because they just want cheap employees that they can get. So they go for the younger kids and stuff that they can pay less for. So I'm a bit old for that pay bracket anymore. So if I can't find anything in the new year, I will have to start looking at something else, which will be a bit of a pain because I'm trained in the specific field of architecture. Most of the knowledge is very specific to architecture, so transferring it... Some of the skills can be transferred, but most of the skills will probably end up going to waste to have to do something else, which will be quite the shame. So I want to do something creative, just to keep it interesting. Find a lot of other jobs to be kind of mundane, but in architecture you get a decent amount of variety, new jobs coming in. That so sometimes you get some really interesting jobs. Other times you get some fairly plain jobs, but either way they're all different in some way, so it keeps things fresh. Just doing sort of the same thing day in and day out, I'll just get a bit bored of, I imagine. But if I can't find anything else, I might have to stick with something like that. So that's if there's anything about in that as well at the moment. So apparently that people are struggling to find jobs in that in my area. So it's just every time one shop opens up, another one closes down, it seems. So I keep, even in architecture, I keep sort of reading about practices essentially going under. So clearly trying to cover it up, but to sort of make less of a deal of it. But it's like when one company absorbs the few remaining employees of another company, it does get to be a bit of a questionable sort of situation. So I'm pretty sure they're just sort of making an excuse for it rather than actually just stating that they're struggling to keep operating, so they've merged with this other practice. So taking people like that can be helpful to practices if they've got a few clients from the old practice. They can take them over to the new practice, so it gives them a bit of work. But at the moment things are getting a bit too tight for that, so people don't have the option there. But yeah. So the practice I was working for, I'm not sure how much longer they'll be going for, to be honest. I mean, the boss was thinking of retiring soon. So he had a few sort of jobs left on the go, but there wasn't really a huge amount coming in to keep going, so they're probably getting by at the moment. I've been trying to work out about the practice I worked for previously, because that was another small one that had to let me go due to a drop in workload. And every time I go past their office there doesn't seem to be anyone in there, so all the signs are still up and they're still sort of advertising, but they've not been listed as going out of business, but kind of question how much they are still doing. Which is a bit of a shame. That's all the little practices that are disappearing, which is I prefer the little practices over the big practices a lot of the time, because you get more hands-on with things, because you get to do more yourself rather than having lots of people each doing their own little thing. It does still happen to an extent in smaller practices, just not as much. So I'd quite often be the one they'd come to for elevations, but I would get to work on plans, layouts, construction drawings, all sorts. as well. So in the big practices, you might end up with just one person doing all of the elevations, another person does all the plans, another person does all the site layouts. And that kind of gets a bit boring after a while. Just get pigeonholed into that one role, and by the time you actually get asked to do anything else, you don't really know how to do it anymore. So, assuming you even knew how to do it in the first place, which you may not. I knew people at uni that their design work was lacking, to say the least. They could do amazing renders to make their designs look amazing, even if they wouldn't have a hope in standing up in real life. Yeah, still run down from this card. Us, you know, eating. Half obscured by the grass. Well, blending into the grass at least. Trying to organise stuff for my do with my friends over Christmas as well, which always a bit difficult because most people aren't around. So I had friends move away that I just see online a lot of the time now. But a lot of them do come back over Christmas, so if they are free, I do try and get together with them. Not sure if that was a green Mankey or not. Oh well. It ran off anyhow. I've got plenty of Mankey anyhow. It's also my birthday over Christmas, so try and see my friends around my birthday. So a lot of them have their own sort of family stuff to be doing over the holidays now as well, so even if they are about, they are often busy, which it's great for them, but just does get a bit boring for me. So I always used to be busy with family stuff as well, but we usually have family round almost every day over Christmas, which was fun. Nice to see all the family. Bit overwhelming for my brother. Did have the downside of being that busy. It was a bit difficult to get people together, so not the best time of year to have a birthday, really. I think I've only ever once actually seen my friends on my birthday, which it's a Boxing Day birthday. What are you gonna do? No one's at work, but everyone's busy. Catch my headphone cable. So I'll probably end up just playing online, I imagine, at some point when we find the time. So we quite often play Lethal Company and golf with your friends. I saw a group playing... Was it How Ridiculous Group playing golf with your friends the other day? So I refer to them as the guys who drop stuff on stuff on stuff. They always used to do the tower drop things. More recently they've had contraptions to destroy things with, using cannons and all sorts lately. Massive harpoons. So, really fun to watch. They've also started doing a few little gaming bits on the side, so they're playing golf with your friends this week. Me and my friends usually end up descending into sabotage at some point. So usually one person starts to get a bit fed up of not doing well, so they just start attacking everyone else with the golf balls. So you end up having to try and play quickly to avoid the sabotage. But the faster you play, the harder it is to play well. So either way, just let me save on here. Either way, it makes it harder for you. I'll just knock out a couple more just in case I'm not white at the target number to increase shiny chance. Okay, that'll do. Didn't end the outbreak, that's fine. So I saw it in the VTuber Awards that the Lethal Company won the best VTuber streaming game. Which, not surprised by it, it's a fun game and it's amusing watching people get scared by it. There are some pretty funny moments. Last time we played we had one of the coil heads get into the lift with my friend. The rest of us had already died. He went to get on the lift, and as he turned around, the Coilhead ran into the elevator with him. He managed to ride it all the way up. He did actually manage to slip out past the Coilhead and then send the Coilhead back down. So it's quite the achievement to manage to do that. Why did I do that again? But we were just absolutely cracking up when he was doing it. There's the Lethal Min Company mod that adds Pikmin to the game. I do like Pikmin games, so I figured I'd give it a go. So while I'm not... I would assume it was more of a single player mod for the game, allowing you to use Pikmin to carry the loot instead of having multiple people to carry the loot. But when I tried it out a few weeks back, it really wasn't. I was surprised by it. So I was surprised how difficult it was to play it on your own with the Pikmin. So you needed to really stay on top of organising the Pikmin and going into... You need to organise the Pikmin and get in and out of the facility before too many monsters spawned. So I think at one point if you die, then the whole day's over. You lose all your Pikmin, back to square one. It takes so long to actually gather Pikmin that you don't really get much done. So the first time I tried it, the first day I spent, I think it was gone 12 by the time I even started going into the facility at all. So I just spent so much time gathering Pikmin. And then I think the Pikmin ran off after a monster. I didn't have the whistle at that point to call them back. I think that was shiny from over there. Not shiny, I was just facing the other way. I was seeing more of the brown than the white. I think another day I grabbed a few Pikmin, managed to get inside. I think I'd managed to get one of the onions. I think like day 2 I'd managed to get an onion. So day 1 I think I went in, I gathered a load of Pikmin, went in, and I died. And lost everything. Day 2 I didn't gather as many Pikmin, but managed to get one of the onions. So managed to save all the red Pikmin I think it was. So I didn't have to spend as long gathering the next day. So I got a few bits on the second day. Then the third day, went in, and actually done pretty well, got quite a bit of stuff. And then, annoyingly, as I was on my way out, there was a turret near the door. I was in the mansion, the manor, whatever you want to call it, interior, and there was a turret at the bottom of the stairs, basically. Sorry, I just got a message. Got distracted. Yeah, so there was a turret. The door was at the top of the stairs, and there was a turret on the lower area. And I'd snuck past it several times without an issue. So it noticed me, and then I'd gotten out of range of it, and it ignored me. And gathered loads of loot up, got it back to the door. And then I went up to the door, grabbed the loot, went to go outside, and the turret shot me. Just all that time not shooting me, and suddenly it shot me up the stairs. And it's like, really, right at that moment, after all that, I was just about to leave, and it decided to finally shoot me. And I was just like, ah. That was on the third day as well, so I lost everything, so it's great. Yes. So, probably turns out that is most probably a mod that would be better with multiple people still. So, probably 1 or 2 people start gathering Pikmin at the start of the first day, whereas while the rest head straight inside to start gathering loot. So that way you don't have to lose too much time at the start of the day. Then any onions you find to store the Pikmin in, you can take back and spend less time gathering the next day. Once you've played it for a handful of days, you'll build up a decent Pikmin army to use. But when you're losing them each day, it wouldn't be as good. You struggle to make much progress, which is the issue I had. What in the wrong position there, isn't it? Yeah, I keep getting a little bit distracted. Messages coming through from my friends. Trying to work out when people are free. So most people have made plans over Christmas now. So I'm quite happy to work around people's plans. So I've not really got anything planned myself, so just let things run whenever people want them to. So we're thinking of doing something this weekend or early next week, early this coming week. But as I've been ill, I haven't really managed to get on to organising that, so it's a bit late notice now. We try and get everyone together at some point. It would be good. So I tend to be the organiser of the group. Not really sure if I'm that good at organising everyone like this, but that tends to be the role I end up having. So I try and just sort of kickstart discussions as much as I can and work things out from there, but not always getting responses from people makes it a bit hard. So a lot of people are just busy, so they sometimes see a message and if they're busy at the time they sort of forget about it. So just sort of gotta try and work things out when you can. So it's just a case of messaging to try and work out when everyone's free, and hopefully a day will line up for everyone, or an evening at some point. Try and get everyone on. That was a bit of a tradition I'd started. I used to have people around for gaming, playing on the Wii or whatever. each year for my birthday. So I didn't really have anything I wanted to do sort of going out wise, so just have a group of friends round, get a pizza and have a bit of fun. Then as people moved away, it became harder to get them together. And when COVID hit, I suggested, let's try gaming online. So that was when we first done a bit of online gaming. So it wasn't best the first time, but it was something to get us started with, and we all enjoyed it. So we've started doing it a bit more often. And so after the first time, we sort of figured out what we needed to do for everything. That's kind of what sort of led me on towards streaming, really. So getting things set up to play online with friends also worked for streaming a lot of for most things. So record our gaming sessions as well and do little highlight videos for us to remember the funniest bits. So if one person misses a session, they can see the highlights and have a laugh at us. So keep those videos private at the moment, so it's just for us to enjoy, but if they're up for it, I might make them public at some point. Oh, it's a rough spawn. Really awkward spot there. So, I was hoping it'd be better. I'm going for an hour now, have I? Still no shiny. This is really... I usually get a shiny quick on this. I just need to go a bit quicker on it. Maybe I need to abandon the picnic method and just go direct. Just running around. So that's all I'm getting. Done that. Oh no. Hi, Shiny. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. So, taking a bit of a while on this one. It's noisy. No. When it turned away, I couldn't really see it right. I think the light's changing, that's what it was. Trying to spot an orangey brown one when the light's changing and making everything look orangey. I've been at this for about an hour now. Yeah, new challenge. So what are you planning for that? So I done a shiny only run through on Scarlet. I tend not to do too many replays of the game. Just keep hunting on the same one. This lighting is going to be annoying. So what sort of challenge are you planning to do? As a Nuzlocke or monotype or anything? Only stage 1? Oh, yeah. So, bit of an interesting one. you have to be careful not to let them evolve, I'm guessing it. So, does that include Pokemon that don't evolve, or just Pokemon that can evolve, but you're not letting them? You could take that in two different ways. So ones that don't evolve are still technically only stage 1, so they would make it a bit easier. Oh yeah. So, so with the ones that can evolve that you don't, you've got the Eviolite, which can help them as well, so that doesn't work on ones that can't evolve at all, so yeah, that's an interesting challenge. So I haven't done one of them myself, so I tend not to do challenges that often. So my shiny only run, I quite often end up doing shiny mostly runs, but when I done my shiny only run, I basically didn't let myself progress until I had my first shiny, so I spent ages just wandering around in the first area until I found a shiny. Got a Lechonk, so that became my sort of replacement starter. Because you can't shiny hunt for the starters in this by resetting. You have to breed for them. And I don't think you get the option to breed until later on. I might be wrong. Might just be really difficult to breed early on. But, yeah, once I had the shiny, I only used the shiny in battle. But once I got to the first town, I did allow myself a bit of relief by transferring my full dex over from Violet into Scarlet. That gave me the shiny charm straight away, so that made it a bit quicker to find shinies for the rest of the game. But I limited myself to only random shinies, so I couldn't specifically hunt for a specific shiny. Which made it a bit more random. So I could hunt in a specific... I could look in a specific area until I found a shiny. Ooh. Speaking of shiny. That looks like a shiny. Oh, don't turn away. I want to get the angle. I want to get the angle for a screenshot later. There we go. Yeah, I completed Scarlet using only shinies after that point, so that was quite fun. So that's the first time I've really done a challenge like that. So most of the time I just play through normally. Sometimes I will make a specific shiny team for a playthrough, but I put a lot of planning in and then transfer it over from another game, so it's a little bit hit and miss with obedience. But right, so that's that one done. Well, that took me a little over an hour, so longer than I was hoping for. So now I'm off to Shroodle. Yeah, I'm working on my living decks at the moment, so I've got all the... because I've been shiny hunting since like Gen 4, I think, so I've got a lot of shinies in storage and Pokemon Bank to transfer forward, which I'll need to do at some point, and I have not kept track of what I've got properly, so I need to work out what I need, but for now I'm just sticking with the current gen, because I can only get them on the current games. That makes those easy to work out what I need and what I don't need. So I've got 5 main ones I'm going to be hunting for left now, plus starters I need to breed extras for. I've done a lot of shiny hunting on this game already, so I've got quite a selection already. So these guys are going to be a bit tricky to hunt for. So, smaller and hiding in grass. I think the purple should make them easier to spot against the green. But I'll have to find out when I see it. This is probably going to be one that I have to roam around for. I'm also getting over a cold, so apologise if I... yeah, going to be an interesting lineup. I apologise if I clear my throat a bit at times. So, been in bed all week with the cold. So, feeling better today, so I got back to some shiny hunting. Trying to think when the last time... So I have used unevolved or Pokemon that don't evolve before now in teams. I'm trying to think if I've ever used more than one or two at a time. I don't think I tend to use them all that much. That sounds like quite an interesting playthrough to do. So I guess I have a bit of an advantage because they learn more powerful moves earlier, I think, when you don't evolve them. Something, yeah. Just, Sun and Moon was a... Yeah, it probably would. That's a decent amount. So Sun and Moon was a time when I got a bit too hung up on shiny hunting that I didn't really play the games properly. I sort of started the games and then got distracted trying to put together a team for them. And I ended up not really playing the games properly in the end. So I think I played Moon part of Sun, and then hardly played Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So I'm technically got Moon on Ultra Moon on the go at the moment, doing a shiny hunt on there because I realised I'd never claimed the gift Ash Cat Pikachu on there, and realised it can be shiny even though it's got a shiny lock code on it. So it's supposed to be shiny locked, but the code doesn't work. It's a bit of a funny one. But problem is it's full odd shiny, and does take a while to reset for, so there's taking a while. I've been sort of doing that sort of on and off for a good few months now, so usually I'll play through the game once properly, and then my second playthroughs I'll just sort of rush through just to get them done. So with Scarlet, I thought I'd at least make it a bit more interesting with the shiny only challenge. I think I got fairly lucky with some of my shinies because I stumbled across a Charcadet and managed to get Armor Rouge from that. Also managed to get a Shroomish, which I was able to set up as a full swiper in case, well, to help catching any other shines I found. I should really be paying attention to the messages that pop up on screen. Don't want to knock too many of these out and have the outbreak disappear. Yeah, Sun and Moon I think I was mostly breeding for shinies, which takes a while. So I still do breed for shinies when I need to, but Scarlet and Violet just make it so much easier with outbreaks and sandwiches that if I don't need to breed for it, I won't. So don't really know what I'll be doing. So I tend not to replay games once I've done them once, so I do the multiple versions and that's it. So doing specific challenges isn't really something I've done a lot of. So has been something I've been tempted by, but sort of making a decision about it I always struggle with. Oh, bollocks. Yeah, I obviously was not looking at the notifications. Just knocked out too many from that outbreak. Good job I saved just a couple of minutes beforehand. Yeah, I've had a friend of mine has done type exclusive playthroughs where he's picked a type and put together a team for it. And I've actually helped him out getting set up for that. Because the restriction he done was that it had to be his trainer ID. So if there was a Pokemon that was available in the game, but not until later on that he wanted to use, I bred it for him, got the egg, and then no, I'd trade the egg over to him so he could hatch it, which is a little bit of a cheat, but it sort of let it slide. So I think him saying about those challenges that he was doing, I think he was doing it with a friend, another friend of his. The least popular ones. I tend to just use whatever Pokemon I feel like most of the time, so quite often they end up being less popular. I should keep saving now. I just want to knock out a couple more. Problem with when I'm talking, I tend not to pay attention to the game as much. Since I missed the notification just now. Right, I think this is not going to be a good spot for sandwich, for picnic reset, so I'm just going to have to keep going backwards and forwards. Try and look at the eyes. Yeah, I think he was doing a electric type playthrough, and another friend was doing a ice type playthrough. And I don't actually know how far they actually got on that at all. So I helped him set up for it, but don't actually know what happened with it. I assume he'd done it. He did set up dual typings to cover most of his weaknesses, but so the other guy was doing it with was doing a different type. I think it was like poison, maybe he was using. I think he was getting help to set up as well, so it was all fair between them. Yeah, poison only seemed like quite an interesting idea. So the electric seemed challenging. So poison I don't think it's too bad because it's quite a decent variety of dual types for poison. I think it was Sword and Shield he might have been doing it on. So it was decent poison on Sword and Shield, decent electric on Sword and Shield. But so the problem was some of the ones he wanted to use weren't until later in the game, so it made it difficult for him to actually put together his team. So I helped him out so he could get them in place. This is going to be tricky to spot. Almost ran into that one. I can't remember if it's Shroodle or Graphii I've got before. I think it's Graphii I've already got. Or is it? No, I think I've got a Shroodle already. I can check what it looks like. Just to remind myself what it looks like. There it is. So that's what I'm looking for. Purple. Right. Let's switch back to the... Yeah, so I've done a lot of shiny hunting. And some stupid ones. Quite a few shinies. Yeah. So that's just what I've got on this game. Yeah, rather than challenging myself on playthroughs, I challenge myself on shiny hunts. So I've done some rather crazy shiny hunts before now. Yeah, fair enough. Each to their own. So I'm a bit of a collector, so I like them for their collectible value. So trying to get them all is just a fun challenge for myself. And some of them look pretty cool as well, so. So once I got all of the Pokemon, it started to get a bit too easy to complete the Pokedex each game. I started going for shinies, so just sort of been doing that ever since Gen 4. So plenty of ways to get shinies, and it's easier than ever to get shinies now. So chances are you've had a shiny pop up at some point during your playthroughs of Scarlet and Violet. My friend was convinced he'd never seen one, but I reckon he just hadn't noticed it. It's shiny. Why'd I throw that? I oh, it's a dit as well. Something seemed odd about it. That's what it was. That's what was odd about it. This isn't the best location. It's got a lot of stuff spawning around it. Yeah. So, Gyarados in Legends Arceus. The one in the air. Quite the rare one. So you should get the guaranteed Ponyta during the storyline. Shinies are so easy to find in Legends Arceus because of the shiny chime that you get when they appear. So I've been working on the unknown shiny in Legends Arceus. But that does take a bit longer to get a specific shiny. Oh, yeah. Oh, the alpha, you mean? Yeah, that'll be quite the catch then. So to get a few shiny alphas, but more chance than anything. So the massive mass outbreaks do help quite a bit, because you can get the second spawns that are all... Oh, fair enough. So you can get the outbreak spawning the second waves that are all alphas. And they make it quite easy to get shinies as well. So getting specific shinies isn't easy, which is... I did originally think I'd try and do the unknown shiny hunt on stream, and I did do one session of it, but it was taking way too long. So I ended up giving up on that idea. It's probably for the best. I've been continuing it offline, and it does take quite a while to get each shiny. Just because they spawn so infrequently. It does feel good when you get the shiny chime go off. You know, oh, where's the shiny? So hopefully ZA will have that same chime. So I think I got my first shiny in Legends Arceus was... I think it was a Scyther. I got the Cleavor fairly quickly. I think there was an outbreak in the first area. And I just got lucky and there was a shiny in it. I then naturally started shiny hunting once I'd got to the end of the game. So I'd done a bit of shiny hunting along the way, but it's not really shiny hunting a lot of the time in that, it's just playing the game until you find a shiny. Just because it's so easy to identify them. Scarlet and Violet, you can get more spawns, but does take a bit of careful spotting to identify the shinies when they appear, because you don't have the chime to go with them. Just seem to have no Shroodles whatsoever there. All them on the edge. So this shiny hunt is probably going to take a while because they're being hard to spot. I done Frigibacks the other week, and that's a tough one to spot. That is not an easy one to spot. There are a lot of other Pokemon spawning around here. Some of them I might not notice if they're shiny. when I was searching for Frigibacks, I found a Cubchew and a Bergmite along the way. Just as random spawns around the outside. Nice to get some extra shinies, but it's a little bit annoying they weren't the ones I wanted. Ooh. The body has a bit of a different colour to it as well, but hard to tell from the box view. Oh, easy way to tell. Okay, that's what I'm trying to spot. The difference between those. It's basically just the eyes. That's going to be a problem. Right. I want to switch the box back so we go into the same box. Yeah, I like shiny hunting just because it's a bit of a challenge and a fairly laid back sort of thing for me to do. Just when I've got some free time, just pull out the game and do a bit of hunting. So, been doing it for years now, so I'm quite a patient person, to say the least. So shiny hunting is now easier than it's ever been, I think. And I'm still at it. Oh, oops. I knew they were there and I still walked into them. My Serral is one of the less noticeable shinies. I'm trying to spot the shiny Shroodle from its eyes, and it's got its back to you, I suppose. Not easy. I just saw it disappear into the bush as I approached it and didn't quite catch its eye colour. Sometimes I turn up to these shiny hunt, to outbreaks to do a shiny hunt, and the shiny's just sitting there for me already. Other times it takes ages. Oops. Locations are a bit hit and miss as well, so this one's not the worst. Not the best, but not the worst. Check the flowers. A fungus in the grass. Yeah, so been playing Pokemon since Gen 1 when I was 9, so been at it for a while. I think my first shiny that wasn't guaranteed was still on Pokemon Gold, which was a Rattata. And unfortunately I don't think I could breed it for a shiny either, so I think it was a female, so I'd only get shiny Rattatas out of it. Because the shiny worked slightly differently back then. I think you could, if you bred a shiny, you had an increased chance of getting another shiny from it. Yeah, Pokemon Yellow. So, back then I didn't play every game at the time. I think I got the games later. More just for a collection sort of thing, but never really played them properly. I think I did play through Yellow. I think I did actually play through Yellow properly in the end, but I think it wasn't until quite a bit later. I think the Game Boy Advance games were already out by the time I actually got it and played it. So. But yeah, so playing the game since Gen 1, shiny hunting since Gen 4. So I'm not really into the competitive side of things myself, so it's only sort of recent generations that I've actually started to learn about all the various sort of IVs and EVs and stuff. Mainly when I was breeding for the IVs, just so I figured I might as well learn about it if I could do it at the same time. So Eevee's a bit redundant now, I think, with the bottle cap training. I think there's some banging upstairs with some Christmas decorations being put away. Right. What sort of flash of purple? Must have been imagining things. It's a bit of a problem I have. If I keep staring at them for long enough, I start to. If I'm looking for a specific colour, I start to see the colour when it's not there. Yeah, so I play Pokemon Go as well, which is very easy to get shinies in, so I still like trying to get them in all the main games to have them properly. That's a Zora, isn't it? Just one fully evolved Pokemon on its own without a horde. This is a... Yeah, that's probably a Zora. Could have been a shiny. Oh well. Did I despawn these properly? No. Yeah, these might take a while. I've been averaging 3 to 4 shinies on my previous streams, but this one's looking less likely. It's possible I've missed a few, so still being a bit run down. I'm probably not paying as much attention to what's going on around what I'm looking at. There could be Pokemon this morning up the top here that I'm not even checking. Look at these. So it's not the best location. When I do get on these, I don't actually know what I'll hunt for after that, so not got anything planned beyond this. So I managed to get 2 outbreaks that I was interested in on the same day, and both in not terrible locations, but I thought this location was better than it is, so it's proving a bit more difficult than I thought it'd be. Probably a bit more careful now, just in case I do miss one. I'm a little bit worried about the Persians that have been spawning. I think one of those primates is a Zoro again. Some things aren't the easiest to spot shiny if you're not looking for them. Yeah, maybe I should have held out for a Graphii outbreak instead. Oops. Play this way now. So Graphii would definitely be easier to spot. As I turned the camera, it turned away from me. Any shinies? I couldn't even see that. There's a bush there, that's why. That's why I couldn't see it. Yeah, bushes are a bit of a problem with this one. Oh, Zoro again. I keep running into Zoro. Yeah, this spot is rather restricted. So you don't get far before other Pokemon are spawning. turning the camera as it turns away. Right. I'm going to be glad when all these awkward shiny hunts are done. Hoping Smoliv is a bit easier because the olive being on top of the head rather than this having the eyes in front. So I should be able to spot olive from any direction. This I cannot. This is looking very unlikely at this point. I'd very much like it to give me another shiny before I have to end the stream today. The eyes aren't too hard to spot, but okay, I'm just going to ignore that for now. Try and get. Oh, that's a good cluster. Will it give me a shiny? Probably not. Reset them there, will that work? Are they spawning at the bottom of the cliff? If we're high enough, they won't spawn at the bottom, which means if I hug this edge, might make it easier to avoid unwanted spawns. Oops. Starting to feel a little drained again. Hey, look, there's a shiny! Yeah, that's a good time. Hey! Oh, I finally got a second one. That wasn't too hard to spot. Right, now I have no idea what I'm doing next. Do I go for another one or just end it now? I'll have a quick look at what other outbreaks are about, just try and speed run another outbreak, see what happens. Just try and get me up to my average of 3 for the stream. Hope there aren't any more spawn rooms. Right, what else have I got? My cologne I definitely don't need. Nummel, that doesn't look like a good spot. Chance I do not need. Already done that. Meryl, I'm pretty sure I don't need. Delibod, I'm pretty certain I don't need. What else we got? Oops, no, wrong one. Oh, the dust gold being a cave. Oh, we got over here. You don't need Smeagol. 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 Vigoroth. 3-stage evolution. I've probably only got it once or twice in previous games. Give it a quick shot. So I won't be playing too much longer. I was planning to finish around half past, but I was a bit late starting because of technical issues. How good is the outbreak? Oh. It's like a fairly good outbreak. I think the shiny should be fairly easy to spot as well. Where is it? Just looking at the line. Yeah. Bit of a, more of a cream than a white coat. Sure I've got slack off. I could just pull these over and Pokemon Go because I know I've got a ton of them in there, but would rather get them in a main game, just because I can. Got more of a sort of off-coloured coat and sort of orange details on them when they're shiny, so hopefully that'll be fairly easy to spot. Because of their size, I don't really have to worry about them hiding in the grass. It is a bit of an awkward spot with other spawns around though. I think I'm on the edge of 2 different biomes, so it's getting a bit of a mix of outbreak and not outbreak. I saw it and did not turn in time. These things out of the way. Okay, or Oricorio. to the spot for them to spawn. Got a cliff behind me, so that really helps. Didn't see him spawn. I looked away as he charged at me. There you go, hit him like that. Quicker than fighting him properly. Is that a Zangoose and a Survivor fighting I just spotted? I think Zangoose won. Very appropriate for the profiles of the Pokemon. Attack it. Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! No! No! Get in! No! Yes! No! No! Hoping I haven't missed any of the notifications. Not paying attention to these notifications. Must be getting close to target number. Some of these extras that spawn nearby. Oh, there we go. Maybe left. Right, what's going to be the easiest way to reset these? Oops. Good job playing them through. Can I use this to reset? Nope, that's not a big enough building. So much reset. I think reset here will do the trick. Well, it's not great as there's too much stuff around me. Anyone up the cliff? Yeah, I doubt it'll let me. Oh no, it does! I just found just the right spot there to get the picnic out. Does that work? Some zone goose at the back there. Just only 4. Yeah, I've got some slack off over there. Oh, that's not too bad. Try resetting these, see if I can get one. Wait a minute. Oh, nice flowers. Saw the flowers and thought it looked off colour. Oh, I've lost the spot. Where is it? There? Yeah. This area probably has more chance of spawning something that's not a shiny Vigoroth than one that is. Oh no, that's not a bad number there. And the slacking. Okay, I think I'm seeing things again, but that one looked an off colour for a second there. I think that's just my eyes going. Oh dear, I'm getting tired. It's not a bad spot. Trumby would be hard to spot shiny, I think. It's just their beaks. Espurr and Compe as well. Espurr might not be too bad, but Compe might be. I remember struggling with that when I was hunting for it before. Okay, so it spawns a bit hit and miss. Oh, Grookey. And Picky-Pack. Espurr down there. So 1 minute I get like 6 spawn, and then I get 1. And some slack off. See how running back and forth does. A little bit of lag there. Oof, dealing spawning in the flowers. Does this work better? Ooh, there's laggy. Don't get that much lag or anything when I'm playing handheld. So it would be nice to finish on a shiny. So I might keep going till about 6 maybe. Due to the hold up getting started. I've got a very flexible dinner tonight, so I can, as long as it's not too late, it should be fine, but I don't really want to leave it too much later. Spawns now. Birds onto the tree. Missed a little guy in the bush. To be honest, at this point, if I got any shiny, I'd probably settle for it. Even if it's not Vigoroth. So I just picked Vigoroth as it was an outbreak, but I'll happily take anything. Just to finish off the stream. Why are they over here? They're not part of the outbreak. Charity horde. Ooh. There it is. Get ready. Man and female. What's them? What's it was? Do on my phone quickly. Switch to picnic resets while I do it. Excuse me. Got a horde of them? Yeah, sometimes I get a decent amount spawn, but other times I don't. And then back to the idol. Well, looks like a horde again. Ooh, this cold has really left me drained. Again. sort something on my phone as I'm doing this. That's a decent spawn amount. This picnic spot isn't doing too badly for the resets. I must have tweaked it slightly from where I had it before. Let's hope it isn't difficult to spot. It should be fairly obvious, I think. But it might not be. Double check the config for shinies. I just saw the there was a gesture there from one of the Vigoroth. Okay. Oh, slacking. Was slacking onto the tree. Which of these have I got on the shinies already? Slack off the slacking. Checking here. One slack off. No, no one. No, missed it. Slacking. None. A Vigoroth already? I'm not expecting to. No, so I've just got the one slacking on this game at the moment. So I've probably got others on past games. As I said, I can pull them in from Pokemon Go if needed. So not the end of the world if I don't get one, but it would be nice to get one just to end the stream on. And I'm being pestered about dinner already. That's fine, I'll stop in about 10 minutes. Would be nice to get a shiny though. Really hope I don't just miss one. Hopefully just slack off underneath the fruit. Right, leave me alone. Oh, come on. The fact that I'm seeing hordes of them alongside the outbreak. I'm not certain, but I think hordes do boost shiny chance as well. Because I quite often find shinies in hordes. So outbreaks definitely boost the odds, but I do suspect that the hordes do boost shiny chance like the similar to the outbreaks, but not as much as the outbreaks. Maybe a slight boost. Moving back and forth might help. move a bit again. Slip through there, couldn't. That's a slack off in a tree. I think I've seen them in trees before, but it's always funny to spot them. Try to turn at the last second there and get it in time. I think my reflex is a bit slow with this bug. Okay, didn't even see that one. Come on, one more just to finish the stream off. That'd be nice. Oh, site road. Oh dear. Tree again. Focus. Try and get one. Just as I say focus, I run into another. I need to be finishing. It's happened before where just as I've wanted to finish, a shiny has appeared. So as I want to be finishing now, I'm hoping the shiny will now appear. So, where is it? Yeah, I've passed the 2.5 hour mark now. In the stream. So I do want to just get one more shiny though, just to finish it off. So, seeing them in the shade and out of the shade, and it's throwing me off a bit. Good amount of spawns. Yeah. Work out what that mass was. Cluster of execute, and now the lightning's changing anyhow and making throwing all the colours off. That's great. See, that looks darker, but it's because it's in the light. And because of the fading light, it's turning it slightly orange. Which is annoyingly what the shiny looks like. Mostly. It's the head crest that you have to watch out for. The head crest on the shiny is lighter. I believe anyhow. I might have got that wrong. Couldn't see that. That's too small to see. Turned around, didn't they? See, I'm pretty sure that's not shiny. Oops. See, that was my shiny charm. So the head crest is what I'm looking for. Darker colouring in overall, and then lighter head crest. Oh, come on, little things. Oh, I'm this cold has really left me run down. Fading now, so I need to be finishing up. But I do just want to get one more shiny. And I'm kind of stubborn. I'm patient, but stubborn. Is quite the combination, this sort of thing. Because I tend to keep trying things even long after I should have given up. Well, long after others have given up, at least. Even a shiny slack off in a tree would be great. Just any shiny at this point. Just any shiny just to finish on. So you give me a horde and no shiny in it. So it's been a bit of a slow shiny day. Don't know if I'm just missing them or under the weather or what. It's possible. I pick the reset again. I'll try and give it a few more minutes, see if it comes up. I would like to keep up the 3 to 4 shinies per stream, but I was late starting, so try and do some very quick hit resets. Some things are too small for me to spot easily at this distance, so I'm not even going to bother. Something green maybe. Oh, it looked greasy. A blossom. There's a blossom. Very rare spawn. Being a bit reluctant to spawn them without breaking in there. There it goes. In 1 minute it won't spawn anything, it won't spawn a load. Bit of an awkward spot, unfortunately. Some spots are great, you can just summon reset and just get just the outbreaks spawning. Can't be too picky with some of these. few other things at the moment. Again, so. I think it should end up being a similar sort of colour to my Smeargle. Shiny. It should be quite noticeable, but it's been a bit reluctant to show up. Again, try and get more spawning. Focusing. Try not to run into all the little things. Or I run into a big thing instead. Message on. Doing stuff. I barely saw that group of big pack. Probably tell I'm getting a bit run down now. Not talking as much. Trying to focus on shinies. So I've got a few more minutes before I need to be ending it. Just trying to a little bit more time to try and get shiny. To get some lag in this area. On all the plants. So sorry I don't see it when I'm playing in handheld mode. Must be to do with the screen size that it's having to output, putting more strain on it. Looks like you could sport now, can I? A picnic here, if that would. Probably just want to load up there, won't it? That's a little one. That's not great. Oh, come on. Yeah, I should have not gone that fast. I will bump into something and will just slow me down. Running all over. Okay, I guess that'll do. So it's not what I was going for at all, but fine, I'll take that. I might just grab a Vigoroth later, but this will do for a shiny to end the stream on. I'm just surprised I noticed that. It's so small. Right, so I'll save that. These are 3 shinies from today. Nacli, Shroodle and Espurr. That is very pink. Right, so I'll be calling it a day there, so thank you for watching. I'll probably try and catch a Vigoroth this evening. But for now, I need to be ending and having dinner. So I'll probably be streaming again during the week, probably Tuesday next, because we've got stuff going on tomorrow. So if you want to know when exactly I'll go live, you can drop me a follow. My streams will be, the VODs will be both on Twitch, and I'll be uploading them to YouTube, so you can check them out there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you around.